Okay, guys, so today I'm going to go over some things I saw in the mid-unit assessment, the quiz, that I saw that some people were struggling with. So we're going to go back over some things and review some things about writing equations that hopefully will help you out a little bit. Okay, once it loads. There we go. Okay, so I want to talk about, we want to remember that the line, the axis that goes across the middle side to side is our x-axis. Okay, so that's our x-axis. Okay, and then the one that goes up and down is our y-axis. So we need to remember that because we're flipping them on some of our questions. So we need to remember that. So side to side, x, up and down is y. Okay. And then we also want to remember when we're finding slope and graph, we do rise over run. That means we go up and down and then side to side first. Okay. I know some of you are struggling with that, but that's what we want to remember. Up and down and then side to side. Okay. And then remember slanting down like that from left to right is negative and slanting up from left to right is positive. Okay, so if we look at this, we want 2 points to go from, and if I go across this line, the y-intercept right here is always a point. So remember, y-intercept where it crosses the y-axis, the one up and down. And then I'm going to go find another point where it crosses at the grid lines cross. So the grid lines make a little plus sign on the line right there, so that's going to be another point. Okay, so what I do is I go up, and then I go over. So I'm going to count 1, 2. So 2 is up, so that goes on top, and then 1 over. And so 1 over, that goes on bottom, and that reduces to 2. And then if you see, that goes down from left to right, so it's going to be negative 2. Okay, so when I write this equation, y equals, the slope goes with the x, negative 2x, and then I crossed right here at negative 4, minus 4. Okay, so up and over. And one thing that you might want to do is keep counting. I go up 2 and over 1. And if I keep going up 2 and over 1 and I hit the line every time, then that's the correct slope. Okay, erase everything. So that's your graphs and everything. Okay, up and then over, up and then over, up and then over, that's slope. And y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, the one that goes up and down. Okay, let's go find a table. Okay, let's find a table. So on a table, to find slope, we want to pick 2 y values. So I'm going to pick 1 and 0 here. And we're going to subtract those, 1 minus 0. And that goes on top. And then on bottom, I match the x's. So since 1 was first for the y, I'm going to match the x that goes with that. That's 1. And then the same with the 0, it matches with 0. And I'm going to subtract those, 1 minus 0. So 1 minus 0 is 1, 1 minus 0 is 1. So that leaves me just with 1 as my slope, which goes with the x. Okay, and then I look at where x is 0 for the y-intercept, so that's right here, and I look at that y value, that is 0, so it would be plus 0. Okay, let's do another one. Let me erase this. Okay. So what we want to do here is we want to find our slope. Okay, so when we find our slope, we pick 2 y's. I'm going to pick 10 and 7 because those are both whole numbers. So I'm going to do 10 minus 7. Okay, And then I'm going to pick the x's that matches with that. So I look at this 10 and the x that goes with it is 2. So I'm going to put 2 there, okay? And then the x that matches with 7 is 0. So we're going to do 2 minus 0. Okay, 10 minus 7 is 3. 2 minus 0 is 2. Okay, so that makes my slope, the number that goes with the x, 3 over 2. Then we're going to put the x there. Okay, and then I look at where x is 0, so x is 0 right there, and that y value that matches with it is 7, so it would be plus 7. So my equation would be y equals 3/2 x plus 7. So remember, the number with the 0 goes by itself, no x, and then when you do your subtraction, that goes with the x value. Okay, and then last thing, let's review word problems really quickly. I know we just did that on Friday, but we're going to review those really quickly. Okay. So remember, let's find it. Okay, so remember the variable term, the term that goes, your slope, the one that goes with the x, you want to find per, each, or every, or something like that. And then the constant term, the term that's all by itself, you want to find a starting amount. So starting amount, initial amount, fee, membership fee, initial fee, a one-time fee. Anything that's only happens once is going to be all by itself. So if we look at this, we're going to see Kylie opens up a bank account and puts in an initial amount of $200. Okay, and then that's one of my per, each, or everys, every month she puts in additional $25. Okay, and then this sentence right here is just a long way of saying I need to find the correct equation. So we want to do y equals something x plus something. Okay, so this says initial amount. Okay, so initial amount, remember, is always by itself because it only happens once. So that would be 200 because I don't do that every time. And then this says every month she does $25. So that every goes with the 25. So we're going to make that 25. Okay, y equals 25x plus 200. And that's all you do, guys. If you have any questions, you can always ask me. Thanks. Bye.